The biggest floating solar farm is coming. Energy firm Sunseap Group is building the world's largest floating solar farm and power storage system on the Indonesian island of Batam. The great news was announced on July 21st. The $2 billion complex will be part of the Durian Kang Reservoir in the southern Batam Island near Singapore, with construction beginning next year and is planned to be completed in 2024. The enormous solar farm is part of the country's plan to use solar energy as a crucial part of its efforts to reach its sustainability goals under the Singapore Green Plan 2030. With 122,000 solar panels spanning more than 110 acres, the installation will be created by Sembcorp Floating Solar Singapore, an entirely owned subsidiary of Sembcorp Industries, together with the National Water Agency PUB. The field will have a peak production of 60 megawatts and will make Singapore one of the few countries in the world to wholly power its waterworks system with renewable energy. The electricity produced from the solar farm will be enough to power Singapore's 5 local water treatment plants, equaling about 7% of PUB's annual energy requirements and reducing PUB's carbon footprint. It is planned to reduce carbon emissions by about 32 kilotons annually. Wong Kim Yin, the president and CEO of Sembcorp Industries, declared, "The Sembcorp Tengah floating solar farm is a cherry on a cake of our portfolio and a showcase for Singapore." Sembcorp owns over 3,300 megawatts of renewable energy assets around the world. "We are dedicated and have the track record and competencies to support the Singapore Green Plan." Construction of the floating solar PV system was initiated in August 2020. Designed, built, owned, and managed by Sembcorp, the project involved new and innovative ways of working, like conceptualizing and implementing a new engineering and construction method to design a custom-built jig that increased the rate of solar panel construction by up to 50%. Partnering with Quantified Energy Labs from the National University of Singapore, this project is also the first globally to deploy advanced drone imaging. It will identify defects that could be caused by various factors from the manufacturing to the installation stage. Finding and replacing defective modules from the beginning has ensured that the PV system is running in optimal condition. With this floating solar power plant, which is considered to be one of the biggest in the world, PUB takes a huge step towards enduring energy sustainability in water treatment, said Ing Ju Hee, chief executive of PUB. Solar energy is abundant, clean, and green, and is key to reducing PUB's and also Singapore's carbon footprint. PUB's majorly cared about deploying solar panels. What will be the potential impact on the surrounding environment, biodiversity, and water quality? A thorough environmental impact study was carried out, showing no observable change in water quality nor a significant impact on surrounding wildlife. The farm was designed to minimize the effect on the water quality, flora, and fauna. Considerable gaps between solar panels were incorporated to improve the airflow and allow enough sunlight to reach aquatic life. Additional aerators were also added to maintain oxygen levels in the reservoir. The floats are made using high-density polyethylene that is totally recyclable, UV-resistant, and corrosion-resistant. At the final stage of the construction, the floating solar farm is projected to have a capacity of 2.2 gigawatt peak and will cross around 1,600 HA. The energy storage system will hold a capacity topping 4,000 megawatt hours. Possibly offsetting over 1.8 million metric tons of carbon a year will be the equivalent of taking around 400,000 cars off the road a year. Additionally, the floating solar panels will help to reduce evaporation by retaining more water within the reservoir. Besides, the water will keep the solar panels cool, thereby generating more clean energy and creating synergistic cooperation. The energy generated and stored will supply people around the clock. Some energy will be consumed by Batam, while the rest could be exported to Singapore approximately 31 miles away using a subsea cable. Sunseap also wants to set up an academy in Batam to support the hiring and transferring skills to more than 3,000 locals to be involved in the project. Sunseap co-founder Frank Puan stated, "This hyperscale project is a significant milestone for Sunseap, coming soon after we had completed Singapore's first offshore floating solar farm on the Strait of Johor. We believe that floating solar systems will go a long way to address the land forces that urbanized parts of Southeast Asia face in tapping renewable energy. BP Batam Chairman Muhammad Rudi continued. This investment by Sunseap will be a timely boost for Batam's industries as they also want to reduce the carbon footprint of their operations. At the same time, it will create jobs and transfer skills to Batam's clean energy sector. So far, the most giant operational floating solar plant was located in China. While China and India together hold 6 of the world's 10 biggest floating solar projects in different stages of development, South Korea accounts for 2. It also is one of the main rivals of Singapore at the moment. South Korea develops the world's most giant floating solar power plant near Saemangeum, an estuarine tidal flat on the coast of the Yellow Sea. The 2.1 gigawatt floating solar farm is a part of the extended mega renewable energy project of up to 3 gigawatts in the Yellow Sea off the coast of South Korea. The project is anticipated to generate enough electricity to serve the needs of 1 million homes. The project's installed capacity is expected to be 14 times the size of the 150 megawatt Huainan solar farm, the one that is the biggest operational floating solar farm in the world at the moment.